Some people, when they think of risk, they think that it is the result of something that they will do, something that they could do that would have a negative result. But let me tell you something, there is a risk even if you do nothing. Think of all the companies that have pretty much gone either bankrupt or they have just disappeared. Look at Blockbuster. Certain companies out there, when they had the moment and the opportunity to move and to change and to be innovative, to try something new and different, and they didn't, and as a result there is no more Blockbuster. Now we have companies like Netflix. It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night beneath the mistletoe. It's cold outside, last night. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tikwa. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new here, welcome, and if you aren't, welcome back. I want to say that here on this channel I've shared so much from my life, my career, my marriage, my friendships, and I am so excited. I got some really good news and I cannot wait to share it here on my channel. But there have been so many things going on, and I shared that I had some really big news to share with you all. But until I get to the point where I can, I want to share some things that I've learned, some tidbits and some lessons. So I know you've seen the title of this video. I want to share with you all the importance of taking calculated risks. If you aren't new here, you know that I work in internal audit. I am an auditor. And in audit, we work on evaluating risk, and risk can be considered anything that would stop the business or cause the business not to be able to accomplish its business objectives. And in risk, there are things that are just inherent risks that could possibly happen no matter how many mitigating factors or circumstances that you put in place for those risks not to happen. So the first thing that I want to state is that there is risk in everything. There is risk in, some people think that when they think of risk, it's like, oh, it's the result if I do something. But guess what? There's even a risk if you do nothing at all. When we think of companies such as Polaroid, we think of companies such as Toys R Us, companies such as Blockbuster. These are companies that did not, when the times were moving and changing, they did not move forward. They weren't innovative. And as a result of it, these companies are no more. And why is that? That's because they did nothing. So there's a risk even in doing, and there's a risk even in not doing. The second thing that I want you to realize is that when considering calculating your risk, you have to do your research. Do your research in order to know how to move forward with anything going on in your life, whether it be a business plan, whether you should go to school or not, whether you should move or not, whether you should even get married or not. You should do your research. When we think of relationships, so I've heard people say, you know, you should be in the relationship for a good year and learn that person, see that person in all seasons, see that person when they're happy, when they're sad. You have to do your research, and doing research is the only way to strategically be able to move in any avenue. When new opportunity comes up and arises, you want to know whether or not you are making an educated choice, an educated decision when making that move. Another thing that I want you to realize is that moving has better odds than standing still. Oftentimes on this journey we call life, we can be moving, sirens. Oftentimes on this journey that we call life, we can be moving happy-go-lucky without a care in the world. But it is inevitable that we will come across crossroads. We will come across moments in our lives where we'll have to make a decision on how we're going to move in the next path that we have to take. And a lot of times when those decisions come upon us, fear can cause us to want to stand still. Fear can cause us not to move forward. Fear can cause us to not to move forward in the direction that we need to go. But when we think of it, our odds are great. The odds of us being successful in this next move are more greater if we move than if we stand still. Just think of it like this. If you move, you have a 50% chance of being successful in the choice that you make. If you don't move, you have a 0 chance. Every decision that you make in life comes with a risk. But if you are strategic, if you do your research, if you figure out the possible outcomes, the possible routes, then you understand and you're able to make a more educated decision and choice in the next move that you make. And you've got to get out of that comfort zone, because outside of that comfort zone is where opportunity resides. Outside of that comfort zone is where abundance resides. Outside of that comfort zone is where the next level resides. Another thing about risk is that risk actually builds your character. Do you remember the first time that you were on your job where you were new and you didn't know anyone? And even if you were in that profession for a ton of years, when you enter into a new job, into a new place, in a new territory, it's the land of the unknown. Do you remember what happened? I mean, if the place was worth anything and if it provided you opportunity, you bared that risk. You went forward and you learned. And what happened next? Anytime you were given a new task or a new job responsibility, you didn't actually become more fearful, but you actually became more courageous. Character was built and confidence was built in you, so that when you moved forward, you were able to move forward confidently. So taking risks actually builds our confidence and our courage in life. So this is ultimately for all of you out there who are procrastinators, who have been thinking about doing something for the past few months, past few years. There's just been a dream, a vision, an idea that's been on the table and you have been afraid to move. Listen, make the move. 2022 is the year to pursue. I've been stating that and I've been claiming that over my life. 2022 is the year to pursue. Stop procrastinating. Stop being stagnant. Stop allowing fear from stopping you to move forward in your God-ordained purpose. Take calculated risks, because the outcomes will blow your mind. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe below. Leave a comment in the comment box. Let me know if there's any other topic that you'd like me to talk about or discuss. If there's any other life experience that you want me to share with you, I'll be happy to do so. Until the next video, bye y'all.